With the holidays fast approaching, Americans are planning their Christmas feasts. For millions of families, a beautifully glazed ham takes center stage. The aroma of honey and spices, the joy of gathering around the table, the tradition passed down through generations. But before you rush to grab that spiral-sliced ham from the grocery store, you need to know the unsettling truth. Some of the most popular ham brands sold during the holidays have been linked to fatal outbreaks, massive recalls, and hidden health dangers that could put your entire family at risk. In today's video, we are exposing 6 ham brands you should avoid at all costs this Christmas, and we will reveal 4 brands that are actually safe and worth your money. Stay with us until the end, because what we uncover about your favorite holiday ham might completely change how you shop. Number 1. Boar's Head. For decades, Boar's Head positioned itself as the premium choice for holiday hams. The brand marketed quality, freshness, and superior taste. Families placed their confidence in the name. Restaurants served it with pride. During the 2024 holiday season, many Americans had Boar's Head at the top of their shopping lists. But then disaster struck in a way nobody could have predicted. In the summer of 2024, Boar's Head became the center of one of the deadliest food safety disasters in recent American history. The company was forced to recall over 7 million pounds of deli meat products, including multiple varieties of ham. 7 million pounds. Let that sink in. The reason was a massive Listeria monocytogenes outbreak that would eventually claim 10 lives and hospitalize nearly 60 people across 19 states. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention confirmed the outbreak was directly linked to Boar's Head products made at their facility in Girard, Virginia. What investigators found at that production plant was absolutely horrifying. Inspectors discovered insects crawling through production areas where food was being processed. They found mold growing on walls and equipment. They documented mildew in places where meat was supposed to be kept clean. The continuous, systemic lack of proper sanitation created the perfect breeding ground for Listeria bacteria to thrive and contaminate thousands upon thousands of pounds of meat. This was not just a minor slip in quality control or an isolated incident. This was systemic neglect of basic food safety standards that had been going on long enough to create a dangerous pathogen outbreak. The Virginia ham, Italian Capi-style ham, and multiple other ham products all tested positive for the outbreak strain. Whole genome sequencing, the gold standard for tracking disease outbreaks, confirmed that samples from sick patients matched perfectly with the contaminated ham from this facility. For people over 65, pregnant women, and anyone with a weakened immune system, Listeria infection can be fatal. It causes fever, muscle aches, severe headaches, stiff neck, confusion, and in the worst cases, leads directly to death. Several of the victims were elderly Americans who had simply placed their faith in Boar's Head to provide safe food for their families during what should have been joyful holiday celebrations. After the scandal broke and became national news, Boar's Head was forced to shut down the entire Virginia facility indefinitely. They pulled products from store shelves nationwide in a desperate scramble to contain the damage, but the damage was already catastrophically done. 10 families lost loved ones. Dozens more suffered serious, painful illness that required hospitalization. And millions of Americans who had relied on the Boar's Head name for years suddenly realized that fancy branding and elegant packaging do not guarantee safety. That shiny package with the premium logo meant absolutely nothing when the most basic cleanliness protocols were being systematically ignored behind closed doors. Number 2. Kirkland Signature Ham from Costco. Costco's Kirkland Signature brand has built a massive following among American families. The warehouse giant's private label seems like unbeatable value for bulk shopping. Walk through any Costco on a Saturday and you'll see carts piled high with Kirkland products. During the holidays, the Kirkland Signature Applewood Smoked Master Carve Half Ham becomes especially popular. Big portions, convenient vacuum packaging, competitive pricing, and that Costco confidence factor make people feel secure about what they are buying. But in October 2023, that confidence was shaken when the USDA Food Safety and Inspection Service issued a public health alert for specific Kirkland Signature ham products. The reason was possible Listeria monocytogenes contamination. The affected products were 4-pound vacuum-packed packages with specific lot numbers, all produced on September 25, 2023. These hams were distributed to retail locations across California and Nevada, though the contamination potentially could have spread even further before being caught. Laboratory testing at the production facility Sunny Valley Smoked Meats in Manteca, California revealed that the ham may have been contaminated with Listeria bacteria. While a formal recall was not technically issued because officials believed most of the product was no longer in commerce by the time the contamination was discovered, the health alert was serious enough that consumers were explicitly warned not to eat these hams if they still had them. Here is the particularly concerning problem with buying ham at warehouse stores. When you shop there, you are not buying a few slices of deli meat. You are getting absolutely massive quantities designed to feed large families or to last for weeks, which means if contamination occurs in one of these bulk products, you could potentially be feeding tainted meat to your entire extended family gathered around the Christmas dinner table. One single contaminated ham from a warehouse store could expose dozens of people to harmful bacteria at once. The facility that produced these hams had hygiene issues significant enough that laboratory testing caught Listeria contamination before a full-blown outbreak occurred. When problems happen at the facilities supplying warehouse stores, the scale of potential contamination becomes enormous, affecting families across multiple states. Number 3. Hormel Spiced Deli Ham. Hormel is one of America's largest meat producers, found in virtually every grocery store. But in February 2024, Hormel recalled approximately 945 pounds of ready-to-eat spiced deli ham for misbranding and an undeclared allergen. The ham contained milk, which was not declared on the label. During production, cheese ended up mixed into ham batches. When Pennsylvania deli workers sliced the product, they noticed visible cheese chunks. The presence of cheese suggests production line cross-contamination, since Hormel manufactures both plain ham and cheese loaf products. For people with milk allergies, this could trigger life-threatening reactions, including throat swelling, breathing difficulty, and anaphylactic shock. Unlike lactose intolerance, a true milk allergy can cause severe medical emergencies. Parents with allergic children could have unknowingly served contaminated ham, triggering dangerous reactions. While Hormel recovered most of the recalled product, this raises serious questions. How does cheese end up in the wrong product? Why were contamination issues not caught before reaching stores? This exposes deeper issues with large-scale meat processing. When churning out millions of pounds, equipment does not always get cleaned properly between runs. Ingredients get mixed up. Labels do not match contents. That familiar name does not guarantee what is inside is safe or accurately labeled. Number 4. Consup North America Prosciutto Ham. In April 2024, this New Jersey company recalled over 85,984 pounds of sliced prosciutto ham. Products made between September 25, 2023 and March 6, 2024 went to 8 states, including California, Connecticut, Florida, Illinois, Pennsylvania, Texas, Virginia, and Washington. The reason is that the ham was produced in Germany without proper inspection. The prosciutto from German company H. Klumper was manufactured and exported without equivalent inspection standards. The Food Safety and Inspection Service maintains strict standards for all meat sold in America. Even imports must meet equivalent safety requirements that verify proper hygiene, humane treatment, and accurate labeling. But this German facility failed to meet those standards for certain production lots. They made ham, packaged it, and shipped it anyway. Only after distribution across 8 states did Germany's Federal Office of Consumer Protection and Food Safety notify the FSIS. American families potentially consumed uninspected prosciutto. No one knew whether the facility had adequate cleanliness protocols or if the production process met health standards. The ham just showed up in stores with fancy European branding, and consumers assumed it was safe. What's particularly concerning is that prosciutto is often served during the holidays as part of appetizer spreads, charcuterie boards, and Christmas feasts. This recall highlights a vulnerability in America's food safety system. Imported products can slip through regulatory gaps. Many German pork products remain banned while the FSIS reviews inspection standards. That fancy European packaging isn't worth the risk. Number 5. Honey Baked Ham. Honey Baked Ham has been synonymous with holiday celebrations for generations. The company built its entire reputation on those distinctive spiral-sliced hams with that signature crunchy, sweet glaze that people remember from childhood Christmas dinners. Families have made Honey Baked a cherished Christmas tradition, willingly paying significant prices for what they believe is superior quality that justifies the expense. But here is what Honey Baked does not advertise quite so prominently in their marketing. Their hams are cured using sodium nitrate, a highly controversial chemical preservative that has been directly linked to increased cancer risk in numerous scientific studies. According to their own ingredient declarations required by law, Honey Baked hams contain water, salt, sodium lactate, sugar, sodium phosphate, sodium diacetate, sodium erythorbate, and crucially, sodium nitrate. When you consume nitrates through processed meats, they convert to nitrites inside your body. Those nitrites can then form dangerous compounds called nitrosamines, especially when the meat is exposed to high heat during cooking or grilling. And nitrosamines are classified as known carcinogens by health organizations worldwide. Multiple large-scale epidemiological studies, including extensive research conducted by the National Cancer Institute involving over 500,000 participants tracked over many years, have found strong statistical associations between dietary nitrates consumed from processed meats and significantly increased risk of several types of cancer, including colorectal cancer, bladder cancer, and pancreatic cancer. The World Health Organization, after reviewing decades of scientific evidence, has officially classified processed meats as Group 1 carcinogens, which means there is convincing scientific evidence that they cause cancer in humans. Now, Honey Baked and other companies using these preservatives will tell you that nitrates are necessary for proper preservation and food safety. They will point out that the amounts used are carefully regulated by government agencies. But the critical thing to understand is that plenty of other ham brands have successfully moved away from added nitrates entirely, using natural preservation methods and safer alternatives instead. Yet Honey Baked continues using sodium nitrate in their traditional curing process year after year. Beyond the serious nitrate concerns, there is also the sodium content to consider. Typical servings of Honey Baked ham contain substantial sodium levels that contribute significantly to your daily intake limit. High sodium consumption over time is directly and conclusively linked to increased blood pressure, significantly elevated heart disease risk, and increased stroke probability. Then there is the pricing issue. At the time of this writing, a 7-pound bone-in honey-baked ham costs approximately $100. A 3-pound boneless version runs about $80. That is a significant investment compared to other quality brands available at your local grocery store. So you are paying substantial amounts for a ham that contains cancer-linked chemical preservatives and high sodium levels that threaten cardiovascular health. This Christmas, ask yourself whether that crunchy glaze is really worth the expense and the health concerns that come with it. Number 6. Generic store brand hams with excessive water content. When shopping the meat department, pay close attention to product labels. Some packages say simply ham or ham with natural juices, but other packages are labeled ham water added or ham and water product. This wording reveals critical information about what you are actually buying. USDA labeling standards require different designations based on how much water has been added to the product during processing. Products labeled just ham contain minimal added water and are primarily meat. Ham with natural juices can contain some added moisture but remains predominantly meat. However, ham water added indicates the product contains significantly more water than would occur through natural processing. Ham and water product is the category requiring the most specific labeling because it contains substantial amounts of added water. Here's why this matters for your wallet and your health. When meat processors inject hams with water and brine solutions, you are essentially purchasing water at meat prices. You are paying per pound for a product that has been artificially inflated with inexpensive liquid. When you cook these hams, that excess moisture leaks out, leaving you with a smaller, drier final product than you expected based on the raw weight. Those heavily water-injected hams also contain excessive sodium. To make all that added liquid taste acceptable, processors heavily load the brine with salt and preservatives. Many of these products contain very high sodium levels per serving, which can approach half of your recommended daily limit in just a few slices. The texture and flavor of waterlogged hams are noticeably inferior to quality products. Authentic ham has a firm, meaty texture and rich pork flavor. Waterlogged hams tend to be spongy, bland, and watery. The diluted flavor profile leads manufacturers to compensate by adding artificial flavorings, smoke flavor compounds, and excessive amounts of sugar in the glaze. Many generic store brands fall into this category because it is more economical to produce. They can sell a bigger-looking ham for a lower price per pound by injecting it with saltwater solutions. Consumers see the attractive price and large size, assuming they are getting excellent value. But you are actually receiving far less actual meat and far more sodium-laden water than you realize. This Christmas, when you are comparing ham prices at the store, do not focus solely on the cost per pound. Read the label carefully and pay attention to those water content designations. If it says ham and water product, consider choosing something better. Your family deserves real ham with genuine flavor, not a heavily processed product that is more water than meat. Now let us talk about ham brands that are actually doing things right. After exposing those problems, you deserve to know which companies produce safe, healthy, high-quality hams you can confidently serve this Christmas. Number 1. Applegate Naturals. Applegate consistently leads in cleaner, healthier processed meats. They source pork from farms raising pigs humanely without antibiotics or added hormones. No synthetic growth promoters. Their hams contain no added nitrates or nitrites. While some products use celery powder as a natural preservative, many, like their slow-cooked ham, avoid any curing agents and are genuinely uncured. The ingredient list is refreshingly simple: pork, water, sea salt, and maybe spices. No long lists of unpronounceable chemicals. Applegate is widely available at major grocery chains, Target, and conventional supermarkets. You do not need specialty shops or boutique prices. Nutritionally, their slow-cooked ham contains approximately 440 milligrams of sodium per serving, lower than many conventional brands. Without artificial preservatives and nitrates, you are not exposing your family to cancer-linked compounds. The taste is notably different in good ways. Without heavy artificial smoke flavor and chemical enhancers, Applegate ham tastes like actual pork, with a cleaner, more authentic flavor. This Christmas, Applegate Naturals offers a way to serve traditional holiday ham while making a healthier choice for your family. Number 2. Diets & Watson. This Philadelphia company has crafted premium meats for over 80 years. Their holiday hams are exceptional. They use old-world processing together with modern food safety standards. Their hams start with pork from North American family farms that meet humane standards. They are transparent about sourcing, which is rare in the meat industry. The curing process sets them apart. They use a slow cure method, allowing natural flavor development. Each ham is hand-seasoned with all natural ingredients, including real honey and real maple. Then the hams are cooked and smoked in real smokehouses, producing authentic smoke flavor. The classic. All-natural uncured ham contains only 5 ingredients, and there are no added nitrates or nitrites and no animal byproducts. It is cured with celery powder instead of synthetic chemicals, so it does not require the large amounts of sodium typically needed for traditional curing. It carries a healthy lifestyle seal for lower sodium and cleaner ingredients. These hams are single muscle cuts, never mixing different cuts together. That results in consistent texture, color, and taste. They are hand-trimmed rather than machine-chopped. The flavor is rich and complex without being overwhelming. You taste the pork, the subtle sweetness of honey, and the gentle smoke. For Christmas dinner, serving a Dietz & Watson ham demonstrates your commitment to quality for your family. Number 3. Niman Ranch. For absolute highest quality, Niman Ranch leads. Founded by Bill Niman in the 1970s, this company pioneered sustainable, humane meat production. They work with over 700 independent family farmers who follow strict protocols. Pigs are raised outdoors or in deeply bedded pens, never in crates or cages, and they are given space to move, root, and exhibit natural behaviors. No antibiotics, no added growth hormones, no animal byproducts in feed. This humane approach produces exceptional flavor and texture. Happy, healthy animals produce better-tasting meat. The quality of Niman Ranch pork is so well regarded that top chefs nationwide choose this brand for their professional kitchens when they need the best available pork. Their hams are nitrate-free and filler-free. Ingredient lists are impressively short, usually just pork, water, sea salt, and spices. No chemical preservatives. No artificial anything. The curing process relies on time, salt, and traditional methods rather than synthetic shortcuts. The result is ham that tastes profoundly different from mass-market brands, richer and more complex, with a natural sweetness that comes from the pork itself rather than added sugar. The texture is firm but tender, never spongy or waterlogged. Yes, Niman Ranch costs more than conventional brands, but you are paying for genuine quality and ethical production. You are supporting family farmers who are doing things the right way. Many customers become so loyal to Niman Ranch that they set up subscriptions to ensure they never run out. Number 4. Welsher Farms. Welsher Farms specializes in uncured, nitrate-free meats. Their hams are among the cleanest options available. They source pork from farms raising animals without antibiotics or added hormones. They use natural curing methods, avoiding synthetic preservatives. Their uncured products contain no added nitrates or nitrites, not even from natural sources such as celery powder. For consumers concerned about cancer risk, this is significant. Many brands claim to be nitrate-free but still use celery powder, which contains naturally occurring nitrates. Welsher Farms goes further by avoiding those natural sources as well, making their products genuinely cleaner. The hams are also gluten-free, important for people with celiac disease or gluten sensitivity. Cross-contamination with gluten is surprisingly common in meat processing facilities, but Welsher Farms maintains strict protocols to keep their products safe. Taste-wise, Welsher Farms ham is remarkably similar to conventional ham despite cleaner ingredients. It is well-seasoned, moist, and flavorful. Many people cannot distinguish the difference in blind taste tests. They are sold at Whole Foods and many grocery chains, priced competitively with other quality brands. For Christmas entertaining, Welsher gives peace of mind. You can confidently serve this ham knowing it is free from most common problem ingredients. If you are making the transition to cleaner eating, Welshire Farms is an excellent starting point. We've taken you through the world of Christmas ham, from contaminated disasters to high-quality alternatives worth your investment. Not all hams are created equal, and the cheapest option or the most famous brand is not always the safest choice. What matters is understanding what you're really purchasing. Are you getting real meat or water-injected filler? Natural ingredients or chemical preservatives? Safe production or contaminated facilities? This Christmas, you have the knowledge to make informed decisions. You can avoid brands with serious recalls, excessive sodium, and cancer-linked additives. You can choose companies prioritizing transparency, quality, and food safety. By selecting better brands, you're supporting companies doing things right and protecting your family's health. The food industry responds to consumer choices. When you choose Applegate, Dietz & Watson, Niman Ranch, or Welshire Farms, you're voting for safer food, ethical farming, and honest labeling. This holiday season, invest in quality ham. Read labels carefully. Ask questions about sourcing and ingredients. Your family deserves Christmas dinner that is delicious, safe, and nourishing. If you found this helpful, hit that like button and subscribe. We're dedicated to uncovering the truth about what's in your food and helping you navigate grocery shopping. Turn on notifications for our next investigation. We've got more revelations about holiday foods, hidden dangers in popular products, and brands worth your confidence. Thanks for watching. Here's to a safe, healthy, and delicious Christmas for you and everyone you love. Stay informed, stay healthy, and keep choosing better.